changed all the light fixtures, every single one except for one in the bedroom. We've changed every single outlet. We've changed every single plug. We have all new appliances. We have all new locks on the doors, at least on the front doors. We've updated the electronics, and this is all after doing a major electrical upgrade so that we're on 200 amp service now instead of 100 amp service that was circa 1960. And so we're pretty much good to go. There's a few other odds and ends to do, but we got this kitchen. And the kitchen, you know, this section here, which did not exist prior, we've gone through and, you know, refurbished the cabinets a little bit, added this cabinet so that we could add the microwave hood, put a vent up there so this runs through the attic and into the atmosphere for the vent, and added new appliances, replaced the countertop completely so it was a color that sort of coordinated with the stylistic elements that we have that we've chosen. One of the new light fixtures, of course, and then we put on both a regular standard faucet as well as added a 5-stage filtering system for drinking water. Okay, reverse osmosis. Now, the last and the final step in this process is to add some dimension in the back there, some commonly known as backsplash. And so what we wanted to do was to make this a focal point, and we've decided that to do that, we needed to have some color. Okay, so this is the color pattern that we've chosen. So what I need to do now is I need to be able to adhere this to the wall. I'm probably going to do a little bit of scraping. You can see some of the paint came off as we pulled off the old countertop before we placed a new countertop in its place. It was the exact same size, so it did damage the wall, which was fine because we knew we were going to resurface it anyway. So a couple things that we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to position this, because we have a batch of these and we think that this is going to work just fine, but they're standard size, 12 by 12, and we need to make them fit. We need to work them in between the outlets, and we need to make them fit into the wall. And so, of course, it's got to be cut. And we have a little place up here that's about an inch up. And so we need to figure out how we're going to do a nice finish down here on the top too. So one of the things that I did run across in my searching of the clearance section at Lowe's was this trim, which I was going to use for the other side here. You know, the end, because the end was going to have, it was going to come right up here, and it was going to be exposed. So I had this piece of trim here that I was going to use on the side here to give it a finished edge. But I also figured that this would work to give us a finished edge on the bottom here. Okay? And I think we have just enough. So what we'll probably do is then end up taking this, and then, you know, we'll put this up there. And then we'll have to figure out, you know, we've got about a little more than an inch between here and here. And then we have probably, well, sort of a couple inches between here and the upper side here. Probably do want to go all the way up. So in order to do that, I was figuring, well, maybe I could take some of the individual small pieces here and run those in there, or bring them down and run them across here. The problem is, if I take just the smaller blocks in here, you see, they don't have all the same colors. And I'm not going to be able to match the pattern. So I was kind of thinking, well, maybe what I need to do is to get out the old tile cutter and just cut these down to size. And so that'll be the first step, is figuring out, you know, the spacing of this, and then cut this down to size so that it fits in to the sections. What I'll probably do is work across horizontally first, get all this done with a nice clean line, and then I'll work up the side here and remeasure there. So that's kind of the plan. Sounds easy enough, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we go. So we have this tile. We've measured. We're going to cut one strip off using the wet tile saw. So fire it up and let's get this started.